sword should be shorter than the other, but yours are of equal length.
Whoa, give me a second, give me a second. This part pisses me off a little bit.
I would be happy to show you, but to give a proper demonstration, I
New season of Baki, by the way. Forgot to tell you
Which
guys.
one of you do I kill? No. I'm only joking. It's beautifully finished, but the metal of the blade hasn't been sufficiently tempered.
By the way, did you, like back in when he was like a samurai? Because by the way, spoiler warning, he is actually a clone with his what is it called again? Soul put into the clone. So now it's just Musashi being resurrected. Womp womp. He's saying that the metal hasn't been tempered correctly. Whenever old Japanese swords were actually extremely brittle because their metal sucked ass. That's why friggin' long swords almost always beat them. Was because the metal was better in almost every single regard. The structure was also mostly better, but samurai swords are better at cutting. Long swords are better at sword fighting and just overall durability. I'd pick a long sword over a samurai sword any day if it came down to a conflict, just because of build. But if you use the same type of metal, or today's metal in this sword, it should have way higher durability and just usefulness than back in the Heian era or whatever. Because back then, a bunch of their metal was just made out of granite. That's why they had to, like, 1,000 folds. The reason why they had to fold it 1,000 times was because they had to get sticks and stones and, like, little rock shits out of it so that its integrity would stay intact. And even then, it would still only be, like, just as good, if not slightly worse than a longsword. Also, they were secluded, so they basically were just fighting each other, while on the mainland, everyone was fighting each other and, like, developing way quicker. So, that makes sense there. But, yeah, no, that pisses me off whenever people or Japanese people are like, the swords aren't as elegant. They aren't as elegant. Yes, they are. They're actually way better today than they were, like, 400 years ago, because the metal was made of a garbage product. Like, that's a fact. Anyways, like and subscribe if you like inconsistent content. Adios.